Hello students, welcome once again to our visual class. In this video lesson, we will be continuing with the diary of a young girl and Frank. That is from page 166. Okay, we will continue from page 166 from Thursday, 19th November 1942. Anne was not exactly delighted about sharing her room with Mr. Dussel. Remember Mr. Dussel, the last occupant, the eighth member who came to live in the secret annex? So Anne, she was not happy, okay, to share her room with Mr. Dussel, but she was ready to make sacrifices for some good cause. Now she was making a sacrifice. That means sharing her room for someone who was in need is for a good cause, right? So she was ready to sacrifice for that. Miss Dussel told them about the outside world. Countless friends and acquaintances had been taken off to a dreadful fate. So Mr. Dussel was narrating the story, what was happening in the outside world, okay? And he was even narrating that friends and people whom we know, all the people, all our friends and all our near and dear ones and all the people that we know have met, they all have met with a dreadful fate. That means with a tragic end, okay? Military men were inspecting door to door to find out if any Jews lived there. So military men means the Germans, okay? They were checking from door to door to make sure if there were any Jews left. No one was spared. Even the sick, the elderly, children, babies, and pregnant women all were marched to their death. Now, not even a single Jews were spared, okay? Be it the sick people or be it the elderly, children, women, pregnant women, all the Jews, every kind of Jews were thrown to death. That means they were taken to concentration camp to starve and to die. Mr. Dussel turned to be a complaint box. According to Anne, okay, Mr. Dussel, he was a complaint box. Anne said that he complained to her mother very often. So according to Anne, Mr. Dussel kept complaining about Anne to her mother. And Anne was unhappy with him, especially when he used to exercise for 10 minutes at the crack of dawn by putting on the light. Now there was one habit which Anne disliked, okay, about Mr. Dussel was that Mr. Dussel, he used to exercise every day for 10 minutes, and that also at the crack of dawn means early in the morning, okay? Dawn means around around 4 or around 3 to 4, okay? This is what we call dawn, okay? So during that time, Mr. Dussel starts his exercise and it disturbs Anne because Mr. Dussel used to put on the light. Tuesday, 22nd December 1942. The annex was delighted to hear that all of them would be receiving an extra quarter pound of butter for Christmas. So there was a good news. And the good news was that since Christmas was approaching, so as a gift, all the members will be receiving an extra pound of butter for Christmas. Wednesday, 13 January 1943. Situation was becoming bad to worse. The Christians in Holland were living in fear. Hundreds of planes flew over Holland to drop bombs in German cities. Now there was war going on, so bombs were dropped, okay? There was bombing going on. So every hour, hundreds of thousands of people were being killed in Russia and Africa. So here, every thousands, hundreds and thousands people, okay, they were killed. And these people, they were killed. The people who were killed, they were in Russia and in Africa. The war was going on, okay? Now the war was even affecting Russia and Africa. So thousands and hundreds of people were dying every day. Wednesday, 10th March 1943. Guns were booming the whole night till dawn. So there was bombing whole night till dawn, till morning. Anne was so afraid that she crawled into her father's bed. So hearing the bombing, okay, and since she was just a girl, so she was afraid to hear the bombing, okay. So she crawled to her father's bed. Anne narrated that her mother was trying to bridge the gap of the relationship and felt that she had been very cruel to her mother. So during the time Anne confessed, she said that her mother, at first she was finding her mother difficult, right? Now and she is realizing that her mother is trying to build a gap between the relationship, okay, between their relationship, and she felt that Anne was very cruel to her mother. She was regretting, okay, she was realizing her father was avoiding her for she was very rude towards her mother. So her father, Anne's father, he was avoiding her because Anne was very rude towards her mother, but Anne said that she could not apologize for telling the truth. But again, at the same time, even though Anne realized that she was very rude to her mother, but at the same time, she said that she will not apologize, means she would not be sorry for speaking the truth, okay. So like and she was an honest girl, okay. So whatever she has to say, she said to the face. She was very straightforward. So whenever, see, even it happens to us, people who are very straightforward and people who speaks to the face, the other people who hears, they find him or her rude, okay. So even Anne, she said that she will not say sorry, she will not be sorry for speaking the truth. Saturday, 1st May 1943. It was Mr. Darcell's the day before. Maeve arrived with a large shopping gifts for Mr. Darcell. The birthday man was very happy. So it was the birthday of Mr. Darcell, that is 1st May, okay. 1st May was the birthday of Mr. Darcell, and then Maeve arrived with a large shopping bag, okay. So Maeve, he came to the annex with a bag full of gifts for Mr. Darcell, the birthday man, and Mr. Darcell, he was very happy. He displayed all these gifts on the table for 3 days but didn't allow anyone to touch. So Mr. Darcell, he arranged all his gifts on the table, okay, and he left it there for 3 days, displaying his gift, different kinds of gift. But during those 3 days, he did not allow anyone to touch those gifts. Sunday, 13 June 1943. Her father composed a lovely poem for her birthday, which was about her and about the hard life that she was living in the annex. So here, on Sunday, 13 June 1943, Anne's father composed a lovely poem for her birthday. It was about Anne, okay? It was about the life of Anne and the hard life that she was living in the annex under the control of her parents, who were always finding fault with Anne, okay? It was in a kind of like, it was a very funny situation. She received some other presents, which included a big book on her favorite subject. So here we comes to know that Anne's favorite subject was GK. Okay, sorry, it was Greek and Roman mythology, Cantis, etc. So Anne's favorite subject was Greek and Roman mythology and Canti. Tuesday, 15 June 1943. They had a radio, which they had to hand over to the authorities. Mr. Copius, one of her father's colleagues, had a small old set radio, which was given to them so that they could take and surrender to the which was given to them so that they could take and surrender to the authorities. Friday, 16 July 1943. There had been a break-in. The warehouse door was opened. Mr. Copius later informed that the burglars opened the door forcefully and had stolen 2 cash boxes and all their coupons for sugar. So here, on Friday, the 16th July 1943, there was a burglary. Okay, a burglary took place at the annex, and what happened? Mr. Copius later he found out that the burglars, they tried to open the door forcefully and had stolen 2 box which contains cash, okay, and also coupons and also the coupons that they use for getting sugar from the store.